What's up guys, welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to share with you what I keep in my Pelican case when I'm doing a traveling job to some of these incredible exotic locations. And we're about to go to Marbella and shoot some $25 million condos, and I have the gear to make this happen and I'm excited to share it with you. So come and take a little look in my Pelican case and see what I'm shooting with. This thing goes on board with me. I don't let this out of my sight. In my other suitcase here, I have things like tripods, reflectors, lighting, some of the arguably less important things. I can still get something if I have this and I don't have this. Plus, I think I'd have a heart attack if I saw them chucking this thing about under the plane. In it, I have my Canon R5, which is still not outdated. The quality of the image is insane on this thing, 4K 120 and also 8K RAW, although I never use it realistically. The only downside of it, of course, like many of the other cameras this size, is battery life. You need a lot of batteries, and those of course are in here as well. Batteries are in here because, once again, well, you can't take these on, you can't put these in the hold. You probably can get away with it, but it's not a good idea for you and the passengers, because if they explode, there's no way of sorting them out. Whereas at least if they're in your carry-on, you can deal with it in person. I also have, as my other camera, you could say my A camera, my main camera, I have the Canon C70, also a beast. The only downside of having this as an A and this as a B is that this is a Super 35 sensor, so the focal lengths don't always match whenever you put the lens. When you switch the lenses, you're going to get always a little bit of a crop with the C70. Also, this thing doesn't have image stabilization built in. You have to have this thing on a gimbal on a tripod to make it really shine. So often with moving shots, I just use the R5. I have my 24 to 105 f4 lens, which I have for versatility. It's yeah, very happy with it. RF mount. I have the really cheap 16mm RF prime lens, which not used it much. I also have my EF lens, 16 to 35 f2.8, which is great. And of course, if I'm going to use this either on the R5 or the C70, I need adapters. EF to RF mount. And then I also have one that has ND filters, which I can use on the R5. I also have my 50mm Canon f1.2, which is a great prime lens. However, I have found that the focus motors are very slow, and also if you're shooting at 1.2, there's a lot of, I guess you call it moirring. You get a purple fringe around everything, which is not good. So usually I use this at least f2, which I guess probably defeats the purpose of having a 1.2. But it means that if I'm in a dark environment, I can always get a pretty clean shot. Also in here, I have a Rode shotgun microphone, an Atomos Ninja monitor, a bunch of batteries, Saramonic shotgun mic, which is actually really good. Sometimes I use this with a GoPro. And then I have a little LED panel light, and in here I have all of my FPV gear like goggles and controller, and of course the divider set is the Tetra Pak, I think it's called. And this thing was a hard one to buy because it was like 180 euros for this thing, and you cut it to size, you have to make it as you want it, but 180 euros for some foam. But it is the cleanest way of packing all your gear. Otherwise you've got those big foam dividers which take up a lot of space in themselves. I rarely have to change the format around it. It fits all my gear really well. Of course, this is all packed in the Pelican Air case, which I have had for many years. I was also hesitant to buy it because it was quite expensive, but man, if you're a professional filmmaker and you travel a lot, it's worth it. I have the heavier version as well, and it's like night and day. I'm gonna put Amazon links below if you want to buy any of this kit. That's what's in my kit for traveling as a traveling videographer. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.